Today we are going to draw our lessons from the Empress of Ireland, a big vessel too of that time, which sad event took place 2 years after the demise, if permit me to use that word, of the Titanic. After precautions had been taken, the Empress of Ireland, we are told, has a length of about 170 meters, so just about 100 meters less than the Titanic, and it journeyed from New York to UK. It was a British vessel, and on one of from Canada to United Kingdom, on one of its journeys that took place on the 29th day of May 1914, the vessel left the Canadian coast en route Liverpool and was carrying about 1,477 people and met its Waterloo a little outside Canada. It was still in Canadian waters. 1,012 people died. It was also a very sad event because only 1/3 of the occupants got saved. 2/3 perished in the water. Now, unlike the case of the Titanic, where there was oversight, there was no oversight in this case. They did what they should do, because after the accident with another ship, the Stad, which used to be an icebreaker but converted to a coal freight, a ship that carried coal. It was that ship that struck Empress of Ireland, and within 14 minutes, the ship went down. There wasn't much time. But because the people were prepared, the lessons of the Titanic had been learned. Within that 14 minutes, they were able to save about 1/3 of the occupants within 14 minutes. But they couldn't save all because the time was too short. Because of the speed of the sinking, the normal protocol of women and children first couldn't be observed because the ship was going down very fast. So a lot of children were lost. A lot of women and children were lost in that accident. When the Canadian government set up a panel of inquiry, they blamed the Stad for the accident. The Stad, because of the fog, didn't see and then hit it by the side, by the right side, and the ship went down. So there was preparation that led to the salvation of 1/3 of the people within a very short time. Then the ship sank. But our area of interest is the presence of some youth of the Salvation Army. About 130 youths of the Salvation Army were told did some exploits. The place where they were staying was very close to the room where the life jackets were. And so, as that accident took place, they all rushed into the room and got life jackets and then came out. But it was found that at the end of the event, when the tolls were being taken and they were now checking for who survived, that all these youths, none of them survived. What could have happened? There was a testimony by the people of some youths that handed over their life jackets to them, preached to them, handed over their life jackets to them, and perished in the water. 130 of them. There was even a case we had of a young man, well built, rejecting the life jacket given to him by a young girl, a lady that was much younger. And the lady asked him, "Are you born again?" And he showed that he wasn't born again. The lady said, "Take it," threw it to him, and said, "I will die better. If I die, I go to heaven. But if you die, you are lost." And that young man broke down in tears, became a Christian. So the lesson is that there are people that carry the minds of Christ. There we are young ones that carried the mind of Christ. Jesus teaches on sacrificial love. These young ones were sure that they will make heaven. They knew the value of the human soul. They knew the reality of eternity and saw the people around them as not having a hope and decided to throw in their lives to save them. What's a lesson? A lesson on selflessness, a lesson on love, a lesson on endeavoring to save the sick and the dying, a lesson on giving life to save life. Those young ones, 130 of them, were models of Jesus Christ. Jesus came to save mankind. He left the glories of heaven to come to the planet Earth to save mankind. He was sure of where he was going back to, so he gave his life. We as Christians should emulate Jesus. And Paul and John the Beloved also wrote in 1 John chapter 3, verse 16, that way that Jesus did was requested or required of those who are following Jesus. 1 John chapter 3, verse 16. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. We are to lay down our lives for people. Take some inconvenience. Laying down life includes taking inconvenience to better somebody's life. Where things are well with you, think about those that the things are not well with. You need to suffer some inconvenience to make life better for them. You do without delay, without hesitation. At the place of business, at the place of work, in the school, let's develop the attitude of making life better for other people. That is called kindness. Being kind, being useful to another, being an instrument of bettering another person's life. Those 130 youths were models to be emulated. They saw that the people around them were in need of what they had. And how could they give to them? They could spare them and die and go to heaven. They were sure of going to heaven, and then let these people live and serve God and get converted. So this time around, this new year, let it be a year of being kind to your neighbor. Let it be a year of being kind to those that come in contact with you. Let it be a year of showing that you are interested in the welfare and well-being. It shouldn't be a year where you open up yourself to be a source of sorrow instead of a source of joy. Make up your mind that this year you will be an instrument of blessing to whoever comes in contact with you. That anything you are able to do, you will do to better some other person's life. Remember that by showing any act of kindness, if you give to the poor, you are making investments in God's kingdom. He that gives to the poor is lending to the Lord. Any good you do to somebody, you have done to Jesus. Jesus said, remember, there are people that will come on that day and say, Lord, when did we do this and do that for you? And he will say, when you did that for your neighbor, for the brethren, you did it for me. So this year, let it be a year of doing good, showing kindness to people around, showing kindness in business, teaching people how that thing is done with a free heart, not delaying. There are people that when they want to teach others, they will first of all frustrate them. After frustrating them, they will show them the thing that they should show them. Let that thing be a thing of the past. Be a doer of good, and the good God will be with you. God bless you as you take this counsel.